Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Attack on Titan. Last time on Attack on Titan, we finished off the third season with the other side of the wall. So, let's see, we had the ceremony for the surviving scouts that returned from Shiganshina, and Eren also got a vision when he touched Historia. I said I was going to stop saying it like that, but well, here we are. But yes, he got another vision of... It was actually back when Dr. Jaeger tried to... it's when he took the power of the Founding Titan from Frida, which was interesting. Because we had heard it that he came in, like a mad lad and just took it by force. But from his perspective, he was begging for the king within the walls to stop the Titans in order to save his family, which was interesting. Moving on from that, basically a year has passed since Trost, so some time has leapt forward, and the scouts continued their expeditions outside of Walmaria, and they actually cleared, Walmaria is all good to go, people returned back to Shiganshina and everything, and then they went out past Walmaria, where there were very few Titans, if any, and they made it to the sea, and the scouts had just this nice, lovely time at the sea. I mean, most of them did. Levi was not really partaking in merriment, as you would expect, but Eren was also being his normal buzzkill self, and was saying, oh, maybe if we defeat our enemies across the sea, maybe we'll be free then. So, I don't know, here's hoping for the boys' sake, but at least, some people were being merry about it, Sasha, Connie, Jean, they were all having fun. Armin was amazed. Even Mikasa was smiling, so, yeah. And that was basically that. So yeah, we are moving on to the fourth and final season, as you can clearly see by my Blu-ray. Like I discussed last episode, there is no Blu-ray currently for Attack on Titan Season 4. Obviously, I also know that Season 4 has not yet finished. They're currently on a hiatus, and they will be back either in December, I think I saw. It's either going to be in December or, early next year. So most likely we should be caught up by then, actually. But yes, so I am moving on to Season 4 and watching it on Funimation's website, so... Yay. It's interesting, but I had to quickly scrounge together something, because pretty much since episode 2 of Attack on Titan, I've been watching on the Blu-rays. And actually, I guess this does sort of come full circle, because the first episode we watched on Funimation... Yeah, that's right, I did. Huh, well, what do you know? Anywho, because it's the first episode of the season, this is when I make my full-length reaction available for free. So like always, I do a full-length reaction as well as an edited reaction, which you guys normally watch here on YouTube. But the full-length reaction, I normally put it on my Patreon for $5 a month, but the first episode of every season is for free. So if you want to go try out full-length on this episode of Attack on Titan, what you gotta do is head down in the description or to the pinned comment. It'll be just past the reaction highlight links. And that will take you over to my Patreon page, where again, it is for free, and you can sync up your copy of this episode of Attack on Titan to my footage, because I can't just give you the footage, that's not cool. And you can watch it, hopefully have a good time, and when you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this video for the discussion, which I always highly encourage that you watch. However, if you don't want to do that, also, once again, down in the description and in the pinned comment is the edited reaction with show footage that you can watch. It's all there, it's all nice and edited. You can go watch it, hopefully have another good time, and when you're done with that, again, come back for the discussion. So, Attack on Titan, the final season. I have no idea what's in store for us. We're pretty much changing from war with these eldritch beasts to war with humans with airplanes, so... I feel like it's going to be weird. But who knows? We'll just have to see. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into this episode of Attack on Titan. Here we go. Okay. Well, now I know they said they've been in this war for 4 years, but it's clearly war with the Ottomans. I know they say Mid-East in the show, but I'm just gonna call them the Ottomans. You guys know me; I always come up with other names. So, but they say like, oh well, it's been 4 years, but it seems that time has definitely passed. Reyna and Zeke look older, so it has been, I would assume, 4 years since Shiganshina. Man, we got none of the Paradise crew, you know? No Eren, Mikasa, Armin, Levi, Hanji, nothing of that. This is the weirdest thing ever, that the only thing that was actually familiar in this episode was Reyna and Zeke, you know? Now, some of that, when the Titans descend on Fort Slava, that looked kind of... It reminded me of the ending of Season 2, when they, with the weird friggin' children screaming at you. But some of the images there kind of look like that, like the Titan peering over the wall and going after soldiers and stuff. Some of that does look like that, so that's pretty interesting. Which, I mean, there were a number of shots from that ending that we saw last season as well, like in the backstories and stuff, so... Man, oh man. This is so weird. Now, I wonder if I can... I want to see if I can get the name of the one guy. I guess sort of the guy training the warriors.
Neither beast nor armor can be called upon to finish the job.
Yeah, I know, but...
Look, Colt, you're the chosen successor of the Beast Titan.
Colt. Okay. So we have Colt and Gabi. I really do wonder how long Zeke has had the power of the Beast Titan. It must... I mean... If they're already choosing a successor, he must be getting up there. But it seems like he's only had it as long as Reyna has had... as long as Reyna has had the Armored Titan. But it's entirely possible that they all got their Titan... They were all chosen around the same time. That would make sense. That would make sense. So... If that's the case, then Annie's dead. Shit. Okay, there's a lot to fucking think about now. If that's the case, then Annie must be dead. Her time must be out. Well, or she's close at least. But that means the power would just pass on to an Eldian infant, as opposed to someone in Marley. And then I didn't catch the name of Leomon, but that's definitely what I'm calling him, Leomon. Because that's what he looks like. But that has to be Ymir's Titan. Which means, at this point, Ymir is dead. So, it might not have even been that Ymir was getting up there in her years, but it may have been that they were just going to, before her time had even run out, sacrifice her. Which, I mean, technically happened to Bertolt. Bertolt was eaten by Armin before his time ran out. Man, and if this is 4 years later, that means 4 of Armin's years are already up. Shit, that means Eren's getting on up there, though. Because he was at 8 years. No, he had 8 years left. He had 8 years left. That means he only has 4 years now. Shit. Ugh. The fucking time skip. I hate... Ugh. Okay, so now it's interesting with this whole successor thing that okay, so Colt, he seems fine, but the kids, they are kids. Whoever this Gabi girl, she's really young, and she's the prime candidate to succeed Rhina, which I guess at that point she'd become little girl, not little boy. I didn't even think about that. Huh. I mean, I don't think there was ever a little girl nuclear bomb, so nah. Well, we'd have to see what her armored Titan looks like, and then we'd give her a name. Because, in fairness, okay, if we're talking about names, I do make sure that names stick with the person. So, Zeke is the Beastie Boy. Rhina is Little Boy. Like, okay, perfect example. Bertolt is Fat Man. Armin is Krispy Kreme. That's how I've decided it. Yes, Armin does have the power of the Colossal Titan, but I'm calling him Krispy Kreme. In the same way that whoever this guy is, who has clearly taken the power of Ymir's Titan, I'm not gonna call him Joe, because she is Joe. This guy is Leomon. So, I really need to, just write down... I need to write down every single Titan we've had and all their names. I'm tempted to do that, right now. Maybe I will. Should I just write it, next? I don't know. Should give it its own page, I guess. So, okay. So let me get a note to talk about first. Fort Slava. Okay, so they sort of trick you into thinking that this is the war with Paradise, but it's not. It's, which I guess they said that, they've said this before, that they needed the natural resources and everything, and it's because of the other enemies. But the problem is you still have Paradise to deal with, which is why they're trying to get the power of the Founding Titan. So, alright, so Titans. Titan number 1, Eren Yeager. Also known as the Attack Titan. I know that in the Japanese, they just say the full Attack on Titan in Japanese, but it doesn't work, so they just say Attack Titan. Attack Titan makes a little bit more sense, but Alright. Buffered. Wait. Sea Titan. Number 2. Annie Leonhardt. It's weird that she's specifically the female Titan. You know? That's very specific. Female Titan. Also, that's just because that's, what the scouts were calling her, but that's actually her name. So, the female Titan, also known as Lean Jean. So, there's the battle with Fort Slava, which is interesting. Again, I mean, it's so strange. After Attack on Titan has almost had this sort of... originally I said sort of a medieval vibe, but it's more of a, sort of 16th, 17th century Europe vibe, which, is after the Middle Ages. So it's it's kind of got that sort of vibe of, Europe and everything. So to then just hard switch now to World War I, basically, is very interesting, So, number 3, Bertolt. I think it's Hoover? I don't know. Colossal Titan Fat Man. So yeah, just a hard switch to World War One is very, very interesting. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but obviously, we were sort of inclined to it. The biggest shock was when they first showed it. When they first showed Grisha's backstory and, it showed the blimp, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is so weird, So I'm a bit more used to it, but even still, it's kind of weird. Well, and especially, too, just because it is, because it is specifically, like, World War One, they're in the trenches, they got the hats and everything, So it's very strange. And these poor Eldians, man. So the whole thing with Gabi, it sounded like she wants to liberate the Eldians from Marley. But in order to do that, they need to stop the demon Eldians? I don't know. There's the fact that she is a child and she doesn't understand what the fuck is happening or what she's talking about, but that was interesting. I would like to get more with Gabi. I don't know, maybe... Well, I mean... I don't know, if she becomes the armor type, she might be a bit formidable, because the girl's got a head on her shoulders, it's insane, but she's got it, She definitely reminds me of, like, a very little Hanji, Just fucking crazy. So... Number 4 is Reiner. What was it? Was it Brown? Brow? I'll just put it... I'm not really sure his name. It was... Oh, it might have been Braun. Reiner Braun? Yeah, I think it was closer than that. Okay. Armored Titan. Little boy. Okay. So that's just interesting. And yeah, these poor Eldians, that, I mean, they are, it's just like to see that, like, and this is, these are the people that are going to inherit the power of the Titans. And, when the when Colt comes back and is like, oh, it's impossible. There's no way we can do that. And they're like, oh, are you giving us orders and stuff? And it's like, what the hell? How? I mean, I don't know. I don't see how any Eldians... But I mean, I don't know. It's like it's such a weird thing. I mean, it's definitely a a sort of Nazi Germany, Jewish population sort of allegory. I mean, I don't know. It's just so strange. Like, you would think, mainly what I'm thinking of is Zeke and Rhina, Now, it's interesting because last season, when we had Armin talking to Bertolt, and he's like, do you really believe that we're all devils? And he says, no, you're not devils. This conflict just has to happen, Which was interesting. Like, I guess Bertolt didn't drink the Kool-Aid, basically. But he didn't drink the Kool-Aid, but he still had his part to play. He knew he had his part to play, basically. He knew he had to be on the Marleyan side, So, Zeke Yeager, Beast Titan, Beastie Boy. So that's the thing, like, these poor Eldians. And I wrote down loyal Eldians. When they're about to sacrifice 800 Eldians. And just be like, well, if it happens, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, fuck it, they were demons anyway. And it's like, what the fuck, And see, I want to know the full story, I want to know what fucking happened with Ymir. The original Ymir Fritz, because they paint it as they're demons, Grisha, however, said no. Ymir was this liberator. She was bringing peace and, infrastructure and, government, and she was bringing all these good things, but she was taken down by Marleyans. I mean, if anything, it really just, I guess it could just boil down to, if Ymir, if everything that Grisha said was true, it's really just that the Marleyans are human, and they see someone with power, they want it, and that's just how it happens. I mean, hell, look at why they're trying to go for the for like all the natural resources and stuff on Paradise, is because they want that power. They have enemies that they need to destroy. They're fighting with them because they want power, so they need that stuff. They need the Founding Titans so they can have power. It's power, power, power. They have this power hold over the Eldians. Ymir. Did they say I think someone someone actually commented like what the 9 Titans are. It didn't reveal, but well, pretty much all the 9 Titans except one. I didn't see I think they've revealed 8 Titans at this point. So I think Ymir is the Jaw Titan. Jaw, if I can spell right. Titan Joe. So let's see. So I mean, just the difference. I mean, even Gabi. Okay, Gabi. Like I said, she kind of feels like a tiny, insane Hanji. She also seems to have the drive and determination of Eren. But when she's talking about, like, maybe I can go back and listen to that real quick. Just that point where she's talking about,
to fear us anymore. That the only Eldians left are good Eldians. My view is that I'm prepared to shoulder the fate of us Eldians and to purge that island of devils who only made us suffer. I'll slaughter every one of them. I'll win that war and prove to the world they don't have to fear us anymore. That the only Eldians left are good Eldians.
Okay, the fuck is going on with this girl? I'm gonna kill the Eldians of Paradis because it's because of them that we're suffering. But because of that, the world will then see that the Eldians are good. This poor girl is... I can't see any form of logic in there. And in fairness, this girl, first off, she is a child. She is very young. But second off, she honestly, they seem to be as young as Eren was at the beginning of the series when Shiganshina fell. But to have... so that's already a knock on her logic. But the next is just that drive and determination. Yeah, do you sort of lose logic in that? Yes. But I don't understand it. Like, so, I mean, she's looking out for the Eldians in the world. But she wants to destroy the Eldians on Paradise because they make Eldians look bad? Even though they've just fucked off for 100 years? Like, the ones on Paradise, they haven't done anything. They've literally just been on an island staying away from the world for 100 years. I don't know. Who the hell's the number 7? Delivery boy, I guess? Oh, no. Number 7 is Rod Rice, otherwise known as the T-Rex. He was not a hybrid Titan, so he did not get an official Titan name. Therefore, he only has T-Rex. So, these poor... I mean, I don't know. It's sad to see, like... It's honestly sad. Then again, I guess I am judging this from our perspective. Because, we've had 3 seasons of this perspective. Now we're suddenly on the other perspective. And it's sort of the same thing, when you think about back at Shiganshina, when Zeke was talking about, what are they dying for? They're dying just cause, basically. And I don't remember everything he said, but when you start to think about it, it's like, well, at least they're dying for their fucking freedom. The fuck are you going out and fighting for, Zeke? Especially Zeke, you know? And Zeke, I get it. Yes, he was inundated with all this stuff by Grisha and Dinah Fritz, which is why it's like Grisha said, you know, it's like Grisha said, I should have understood that wouldn't work, that would push him away from us. And that's exactly what it is that in the same way that Grisha's father told him all the stuff about the demon Eldians and the great Marleyans, that pushed Grisha away. Grisha talks about the great Eldians and the demon Marleyans, and that pushes Zeke away. But even still, I don't fully understand it, you know? I don't understand it. We did finally see how Zeke transforms people into Titans, which is interesting. So it seems like the Beast Titan is the only one that can do this, because at the beginning of the battle of Shiganshina, you know, he transforms and all these other Titans transform. So all he has to do is scream. So that's two ways of turning people into Titans, turning Eldians into Titans. One is by injection, which we know of. It's through injection of Titan spinal fluid, they become Titans. However, the scream of the Beast Titan ignites Eldians into becoming Titans. That's fucking crazy. Which that explains how he did it in season 2, is that, you know, he went to Connie's village, screamed, and they all became Titans, and then he used them without ever destroying Walrose. Fucking crazy, man. There were the Turks. You know what's strange? Even the fucking Turks are like, these fucking Eldians, and it's like, what the hell? By the way, I say Turks, I've said Ottomans, it's the Mid-East, what the fuck ever. You all know what I'm talking about, but even they were like, it's an Eldian, what? Get them out of here, these friends. Like, is it just that the Marleyans are the only ones with an Eldian population? Maybe. Who knows? Why can't I think of more Titans that we have? Like, I've stopped at Rod Rice, but I feel like there were a bit more. Well, there was Delivery Boy. We don't currently know Delivery Boy, so I'm just going to have to put him off to the side. But I don't remember. Let me look. Yeah, because I guess after that, like, because Historia didn't turn. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Well, the only other one after Delivery Boy now is our newest one for this episode, Leomon, who is also the Jaw Titan. But I don't know his name, so we'll have to wait on that. So, it's interesting they also say that, I mean, pretty much this marks the Titans are actually not as powerful anymore. Technology has advanced to the point where you can take out Titans. I mean, they fucked up Rhina, definitely. So it's interesting they say, though, that the Marleyans desperately need the power of the founding Titan. So what exactly is the founding Titan capable of that it can turn the tide on everything? Or is it specifically that they need the resources? I don't know. I'm not really sure. But a very, very interesting beginning to the final season here. Especially because we pretty much followed none of our regular characters. The only thing we really got was Zeke and Rhina, and that's about it. So we've definitely... I mean, again, remember when this show was about a boy killing titans? Look at where we are now. It's so fucking crazy. So, but a very good episode. I'm very curious to see where we are going to go with this, and especially with some of the new characters that we've now introduced, like Colt, who is going to be Zeke's successor, and Gabi, who seems to be the prime candidate for Rhina's successor. It kind of sucks that we might have to lose Zeke and Rhina. Even though, yes, I know they're technically villains, and we would have to lose them anyway if we were to win. But I don't want to lose our main villains and then get other villains instead, you know? But that might just be how it happens, so... we'll have to see. We will have to see. As for my list, though, and I will also go back to this list and update it as time goes on, especially with names or more Titans that I start naming. So, once again, let's go through the list, and if there's any I missed, leave it in the comments, but I don't think I have. So, Eren Yeager, Attack Titan, Buffered Sea Titan, Annie Leonhardt, Female Titan, Lean Jean, Bertolt Huva, Colossal Titan, Fat Man. I left out Armin. That's what I missed out on. Rhina Brown, Braun, I don't remember. Armored Titan, Little Boy, Zeke Yeager, Beast Titan, Beastie Boy, Ymir, Jaw Titan, Joe, Rod Rice, the T-Rex, Unknown, Delivery Boy. Although I think they said the Cart Titan. I'm not really sure about that. We'll go back and check that sometime. But yeah, Delivery Boy. Unknown name, New Jaw Titan, also known now as Leomon. And I forgot, number 10 should technically be up before Leomon, but Armin, Arlert, Colossal Titan, Krispy Kreme. Okay. Number 10, Armin Arlert, the Colossal Titan, also known as Krispy Kreme. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time for episode 2 of the final season. See you guys there. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around to any of those. There's a playlist for all my Attack on Titan reactions, as well as another video you can go check out if you want to. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys next time.